know the vibes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, y'all.
Hope y'all had a great 2021, right? And gonna have a great 2022 as well.
Facts. I hope, everyone in school for upcoming whatever you write down. I hope you're still writing 2022 and not writing 2021. I've been caught lacking.
Yeah, it's happened to me a couple times.
I'm not gonna cap. But yeah, welcome to Club Noir. Brand new podcast, pilot episode.
Word.
My name is Rich.
I'm James.
So
we your hosts.
Yeah, we your hosts.
Let's get into it, yo.
Facts.
All right, y'all. Basically, right, Club Noir Podcast, basically we here to entertain first and foremost. We here to, have a good time with one another and, with you, the audience. We're also here to show love to one another, to, all our black peoples, the black entrepreneurs, the black scholars.
Facts.
All of that.
This is a black podcast, all right? Big ups black culture.
Big facts. We here to show love about that. We also here to, talk about our experiences, the good, the bad, the adequate.
Yeah,
and then, we just here to, enjoy healthy discourse, talk with one another, establish, healthy norms of like dialogue with one another. Because, too many times, people get on topics and it's like they either shy away from the conversation that needs to be had or they get very, very cantankerous.
Defensive, it's too often times with, people disagree, they want to get personal and start attacking one's character. And it's like, we're talking about the matter at hand, not one's character. Now, albeit if you are talking about someone's character, talk about the character. But mention specific things pertaining to said thing that is bad about the character.
Word.
Like, I'm not gonna mention that. Like, if you're late all the time, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's why you got bad
hairline.
Like, nothing to do with that person's
At
character.
all, yeah.
Like, stay on topic, be respectful. And also, can we look for solutions?
Word. That too. We can't just stop, at the talks. It's like, talks have to lead to action, or else the talk was just, kind of a waste of time.
Facts. We're not here to waste people's times.
And that's literally, why we're here. We're trying to talk about how we're leading into actions, So let's say we're saying, littering is a big problem, right? So yeah, we could say, littering is a problem. However, what we gonna do next? We gonna, try to do things that help, not litter. First off, we're gonna hold ourselves accountable to not litter, right? And then we do stuff like, let's say, park cleanups, right? Taking the action steps afterwards, that actually, show that this is important, because just talking about it, well, don't do that much.
Facts. Or just all men trash, talking about it ain't gonna do much, we gotta, okay, who is trash? Why are they trash? And let's hold them accountable. Cheating is bad. All right. Do all men cheat? Clearly not. It is literally impossible for every single man on the planet to cheat, right? Well, it's not impossible.
Strong word.
It's not impossible.
Unlikely though, man.
Unlikely, right? It is improbable that we could ever find that out factually without knowing every single man. And personally, I'm not omnipresent. So, I don't think any human is, to be quite honest.
That too.
But they do make some absolute claims on Twitter and Instagram. So
and Clubhouse.
And Clubhouse. We're gonna talk about that at the episode. But we're not here just to talk. We're here, to. Let me rephrase. We're here to talk.
We're here to talk, yeah.
But we hope it don't stop there.
Word.
We want to build a black community. We want to build an audience, and we want to build, good culture. So
great culture, right? So yeah, basically on that, yo. One thing that we want to keep central here is truth, right? We're here to prioritize the truth. So we're not gonna be, just kind of beating around the bush, sugarcoating anything. If it's facts, it's facts, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Male
but
trash.
But in that sense, we're also not just gonna be being what's the word? Unnecessarily attacking people just to say, oh well, it's the truth. So now you gotta hear it. If there's somebody that I don't know, maybe I think somebody's overweight, bro, I do not have to leave my house and just go up to them and say, hey, you're overweight. But it's the truth, so you gotta hear it. Unnecessary.
Unsolicited facts and opinions Come
with
on.
with no merit, no warrant,
no merit. Like, can we have some morality here? Like,
wait, just a tad. Just
like, why are you bashing someone, making them feel uncomfortable with a fact? Like, that's their truth. Why are you exposing it? That's where you talk about it.
Word.
But, yeah.
But like, yeah, yo. But yeah, so basically, you know, what we're gonna have is, you know, we're gonna have guests pretty often, you know, because we, you know, in terms of, you know, trying to establish healthy dialogue, we want to hear other people's perspectives, right? If it was just, you know, me and him talking all the time, yeah, you know, because we talk offline, you know, we're cool, we're bros,
Facts.
right? So it's just like, to a certain point, I kind of know how he feels on certain topics, and it's like, it's always nice to have a good conversation. However, it's always, you know, much more refreshing when we can, you know, see a different perspective and understand people in a different light, because
honestly,
that don't be happening all the time.
The goal is enlightenment. You know, I'm trying to learn and grow, and it's like we're not trying to plateau, because like that's what happens when you around the same people. Not to say, you know, as you should be around the same people, but y'all should have new experiences. And on this podcast, we don't just want to have like the same kind of, I guess, portrayal of information or even perspectives. We want to have guests that represent the audience, and vice versa, audience that represent the guests. So, like, you know, we're trying to build black culture, and we all know black people is not a monolith.
Big facts.
Big facts. So it's like, you know, that's one of the biggest things on this podcast, and we want to have, you know, we want to have proponents of that, honestly.
And speaking of that, yo, if y'all got a topic and y'all really passionate about something, yo, hit us up, right? Y'all, yo, you can catch us on the socials at the Club Noir Podcast. We're gonna be on everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Just type that up, you're gonna find us, right? At the Club Noir Podcast.
Facts.
Yeah, you know, there's gonna be a link. You can, or you could just DM and be like, yo, I'm passionate about, you know, XYZ topic. Can we talk about it? More than likely, it's gonna be a yes, as long as it's like, you know, some of the substance. Like,
yeah, here's the thing. I'm not actually no one to be pulling out statistics and like being a wazoo of like, I don't know, like a statistical, like a doctorate degree or nothing. Right. All we ask for is respect. That is the topmost priority, right? If you don't know something, ask a question. If you want to do research, please pull it up. But best believe, we're gonna fault you for being wrong, right? We are, but like, it's gonna be very respectful. It's gonna be handled in a very respectful manner. If you are here, like this, for this space, we are here to challenge any and all opinions. That's what we're here to do. We can't understand if we don't ask questions.
That's just life, you know.
Facts.
It's just like, yeah, but it's just like, literally, you don't, like, as you said, you don't gotta have like a PhD, you know, topic. It's just like, yo, you passionate about it, you wanna have a conversation about it, share opinions, understand one another. Hit us up, pull up. We gonna talk about it. We gonna chop it up.
Facts.
You know, and you know, like, as we said, you know, respect is crucial here. We're not here to, you know, bash nobody unnecessarily, you know, act like children, throw them, you know, random like ad hominems at you. Like, yo, we're here to talk about the subject.
No authority fallacies. I'm a woman, I'm a man, so I know what other people think. No, sorry, you don't. It's like, you know, some people think that's a fact. Some people do share opinions with you, but to make absolute claims is just arrogant, honestly.
Like, we're also not here to, you know, just have like random generalizations here and there, because literally it's simple, you know. We kind of understand that obviously not everybody can be grouped into like one big category.
Facts. And people can hold people accountable. You don't need a certain gender, a race, a certain, like, if you're out of line, you're out of line. But like, regardless of who you are. And someone tell you out of line, and albeit respectfully, take the L. Honestly.
Or like, I think people, you know, try to associate, like, people will have a certain identity and they'll associate like behavior with only the identity. We're just like, no, we could talk about the behavior as the behavior, right? Because bad actions are bad actions. Who does the bad action doesn't determine whether it's bad. You know, bad is bad.
Facts.
Right? I don't get, you know, you can't just like kick somebody, no, unprecedented, and
be like, oh, well, you're not a martial artist. You can't tell me how to kick. And it's like, nah, I'm a human being. We all are.
And we don't want to see people beat. We don't want to see people harmed unnecessarily. Facts. So just don't kick. It's a pretty simple principle, if you ask me. But
that's what I think, honestly.
But yeah, you know, above all, you know, we're here to have fun. You know, we're here to, you know, give you guys a good experience. We're going to be going to topics of different severity, different seriousness, you know, light stuff like, you know, how mayo is a trash condiment and that honey mustard is top tier.
Facts.
So, you know, even, you know, much more serious things, you know. And yeah, you know, the biggest reason we're doing this is, you know, a project about, you know, that's something like really close to heart to us. You know, this is something that we've been trying to think about for like, what, Almost a year now.
Almost about to be 2 years.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, it's 2 years now. It's 2022. It's 2 years now.
Time be flying.
Facts.
Time be flying. But yeah, this is something that close and dear to our heart. We used to be on Zoom because ever since like mid 2020, I was just like, nah, I need to keep in touch with my peoples. So it's a weird time of life.
Like that was like the peak of COVID, and it's like
peak of COVID.
We couldn't see no one. Couldn't
nobody.
see family. Like honestly, couldn't see family, no friends. School was shutting down.
Word.
And we was like, yo, how can we talk to keep the black our black friends and peers alive.
Word. Like, keep us together. Keep us in another's company because like that time was kind of lonely.
Not gonna lie,
I ain't gonna hold you.
I was lonely. Like.
Word. I just had an Xbox at that time.
I didn't even get a PS5. Like I guess I didn't talk about it, but I got it now. But like, yeah,
like, and so I was just like, you know what, let me get this Zoom and then just tell my people to pull up, right? And that's when soon after that we met an amazing person named Soleil. And
definitely love Soleil.
We was talking on Zoom for hours and
hours. Almost every day.
I was
practically every day.
It was crazy. Like, my parents would be like, yo, bro, who you be talking to at 2 a.m.? I'm like, it's Richard and Soleil, mom.
Facts, like,
it's Richard and Soleil. We really getting into the meat of potatoes of some serious topics.
Facts, like.
If I'm loud, I apologize, but like, it was a great conversation, So, we was talking. He was talking.
I actually met Soleil at a podcast idea workshop on Zoom. We was like, okay. We entrepreneurs, like we're trying to do things, we're trying to build community, we're trying to make something for ourselves. Mm-hmm. How do we network and build in a pandemic? And they was like, yo, online platforms, anyone can do it. And I met Soleil, she had some great ideas. She admired Grapevine, she admired like all like these really just like black community projects. And she was like, yo, we need to have a platform where it's equal discourse. It's not men bashing women. Too often times people grow platforms by bashing the other, whether it be a race, a gender, and it's like, yo, can we just have healthy dialogue?
Word.
And just condemn bad actions,
and not the people.
And not the people.
Yup.
And we was like, and I resonated with that. I was like, I'm big on solutions. I don't know about y'all. Like,
I'm down.
I'm down. Like, if you love black people, you like solutions?
Teamwork.
Facts. So I was like, and then we started talking, and I became friends with her. I linked it with, I met James like maybe a while ago, but we kind of rekindled.
Word, like we met like once, and we was just like, all right, bet you chill, because I don't know. But guys, it's kind of easy. You kind of see a guy, y'all got one thing in common. That's kind of all you need. And he's like, I bet he's on the good. We on the good list, and then
we joined. We
just started talking again, like mid-COVID.
Joined a student group, and from there we was like 3 P's in a pod, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
Yeah, and So yeah, like I said, we was talking. We was always talking. We was like this was basically all of our vision, to be able to make a platform, a podcast like this where we can talk about these subjects in a healthy manner.
All genders, like
where any type of I guess ideology that's not like of course inherently harmful, of course.
Yeah.
And just kind of like be able to talk amongst another with like no animosity, And so basically this is in her honor because sadly she's no longer with us.
Unfortunately.
However, she's with us in spirit, what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so yeah, this is basically, to remember her, to honor her memory and to kind of like do good in her name.
Facts, and just honor her love, honestly. And just spread it.
Yep.
I definitely want to embody everything that she embodied. Unfortunately, I won't be able to because she's just that unique and that amazing.
Word.
But I will forever work towards that goal. And this project is one of the things that we want to achieve that said goal.
Yep.
We want to spread love in the black community, establish positive norms, create a culture, and until you understand, right? If you once again, like, we understand people be hurt people, and it's like we want to understand that and bring it to light and not just bash that person's character, but truly get into the meat and potatoes of why they are the way they are and project that.
Exactly.
Facts,
what contributed, how can it be, kind of like helped, because not everybody's a lost cause. A lot of people just kind of say like, they went down this route thus they're like horrible friends. It's like, you know, I choose to not believe that. You know, I choose, you know, people are redeemable.
Yeah,
you know,
I understand letting them like rock and leaving them space and like doing your own thing, but to wish
harm on them like indefinitely, I can't get behind.
I can't get behind.
Because because don't get me wrong, if someone's just
someone grimy,
toxic,
they grimy.
If someone's toxic and they grimy,
and
make your space.
We ain't saying forgive them, be best friends next day, but we saying like
if you gotta make space, you gotta make space. That's just
like
life,
don't just go after spreading rhetorics and absolute claims on their behalf.
If you're gonna indefinitely just talk down on them, like you're wasting your time, because if you really have to tell everybody that consistently, you're probably not even being believed in the first place.
And if you felt the pain, why spread it upon others who don't deserve it? Let's talk about it.
You know, you gotta and don't get me wrong, I understand. You know, pain is pain. You know, hurt is hurt, and it's like many times.
I definitely understand pain. Like I definitely do, but
one of the things with anger, even a lot of philosophers be saying like, the biggest emotion that you're probably gonna want to control is anger, because like anger will typically just cause you to prompt anger in somebody else. So it's just like when that keeps going, then literally everybody ends up getting hurt. Kind of like the whole eye for an eye thing. Eye for an eye, the whole world will go blind. And well, I don't think I want everybody blind.
And honestly, it takes work to anger. It also takes work to love. And I just feel like
that's true.
The better alternative is just to love. Like honestly, like especially as Black people, like there's so much adversities in the world. How dare we project harm upon ourselves?
Word. Even just like in general, it's just like even then, even if you want to remain indifferent, sure, but that is still easily a better alternative than to spend time to intentionally spread hate on somebody, whether you think they deserve it or not. Like it's more often than not, it's just it won't be worth it.
Facts.
At all. It's just like it's better to just keep your peace, keep your sanity. You know what I'm saying? And like just keep that peace of mind. You don't want, one of the worst things that we can do for those who, want to wish us harm is allow them to harm us by literally just keeping them on our minds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be someone did like long ago. And it's just like, if you choose to like intentionally keep it on your mind, you're hurting yourself a lot more than you're really hurting them.
And I do want to acknowledge, we know for a fact this is way easier said than done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's always, it's a constant healing process. But,
yeah.
And that's how honestly why we're here. We trying to, keep a platform, keep this alive and going. We share resources, we can be sharing community, and we're really going to build. Like we trying to build connections, we're trying to network, share resources. In New York City, one of the best cities alive. So
one of the best.
I love. It's my home. That's a good question. Not gonna cap, but it's fire. Not gonna lie.
I mean, some people be jacking that like places in Texas or Jersey better, but I don't know.
There is something in that Texas water, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. Woo! Have you seen those? Let me stop.
Yeah, you probably. Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in terms of like culture, vibes, and sometimes the love that just be happening from like spontaneously with New Yorkers, unmatched vibes. And can't get close to it.
Facts, and we're gonna build more of that.
Word. So that's contribute.
Facts, and that's Club Noir.
Word.
Don't forget to like, comment,
on
subscribe.
All the socials at the Club Noir Podcast.
Facts. And yeah, we're gonna have more guests here.
Word.
Definitely. Y'all wanna be a guest? Please, by all
Word.
means.
It's
not a no. Unless you're a doodle head. Respectfully.
Word.
Like
no doodle heads.
No doodle heads. And
I feel like that's an easy barrier to overcome.
Fact, like, hey, like, do you curse people out when you disagree with them? No?
Word. You're already there?
Like, so.
But yeah, like, literally, that's basically it, just stay tuned, for the future. We gonna have, more episodes, more people, y'all gonna see us, grow, we just want y'all to grow with us.
Facts. We ain't, like up there, like we just like y'all. So,
Word.
it's gonna be a fire journey, and I'm glad to see y'all for the ride. Honestly.
Word. Yeah.
And yeah.
So we thank you for listening and tuning in. And we hope that you tune in for more awesome content. Right at the Club Noir Podcast.
Facts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Success.